Hello everybody, this is Nathan Grayson with Kotaku, and today I am bringing you a video of an HTC Vive virtual reality game called The Gallery, Call of the Starseed. It is the first episode in a planned series, so it's not the longest game ever, but it is one of the kind of more, I guess I would say, meaty experiences that I've had with this piece of hardware so far. I would say that a very valid complaint against the HTC Vive at this point is that a lot of the games on it feel like glorified tech demos. Not so much this one. This feels like a crafted adventure with a plot and really solid writing and voice acting. It feels like a game that, is going somewhere, that has a point. So yeah, with that, I'm going to jump into the actual game world. As you can see, you get around by teleporting, which is one of the more elegant solutions I've seen so far to the problem of the Vive only giving you a somewhat small area to actually walk around in before you bump into your bed or a tree or something. So yeah, you can teleport and then walk within the bounds of your play space. It's all good like that. So anyway, the thing that sets this game apart from other adventure games, obviously, is that you are in it, you have your own hands, and you can grab things with them. Like this candle, it's all interactive, it's burning stuff. I hate fire. You can examine things up close. It's a really cool addition to this genre of game. I definitely like what it does for solving these puzzles, which in other games would be kind of rote. But in this game, that level of interaction is just, I think it really adds a lot. So anyway, I'm going to go to the first area of the game, so as not to spoil much. First area is the beach.
So it all begins at Siren Point.
Now, a thing about this game that I don't love, because I do like a lot of it, but an issue that I have with it is that it's not the most technically sound game ever. It looks fine, the graphics are good, all of that, but it's got some issues. It's got some issues with kind of shakiness of the whole environment. The graphics can flicker from time to time, and as you're probably beginning to notice right now, the loading times aren't so hot. So it's, it's a game that has some problems. Our own features editor, Kirk, actually, I think at this point has still not been able to get it to run, which is a shame because, again, it is a very good game, not just as a VR game. It's a solid game on its own merits. But yeah, so here's a big hand. That hand is bigger than I am in my field of vision. All right. So now, here we are on a beach in what I believe is known in beach parlance as a cove. Let's go ahead and advance through here. And so yeah, already it's quite an environment. We got a big old lighthouse up here. There's the moon. It's very pretty. And it has that feeling of I've seen this game compared to the Goonies, and I kind of agree with that, in that it's this mysterious adventure in a beach sort of, watery setting, that is meant to both inspire kind of, exhilaration and fear, but also wonder. Things are big. The music inspires feelings of possibility. But yeah, so again, interaction with environmental stuff. Here's another candle. I still hate fire. Here's a bottle. As you would expect, if I throw it, it breaks. Stuff like that. And it's one of those things that I feel like this game really gets to the heart of, which is because of VR, and especially the way that the Vive functions within the space of VR, you're going to see a lot more games with tactile environmental interaction, because if you don't have that, then suddenly you're in this place of thinking, well, why can't I grab that? Why is there this thing on the ground that in real life I'd be able to reach over and pick up, But in this game, my hand just goes right through it, and suddenly the immersion's just broken. This game, fortunately, is really good at paying attention to those little details. So this first environment that you encounter, which is like a campfire, it's been abandoned, I guess quickly because someone got up so fast that they knocked over their chair. But it's littered with little things that you can grab. And I mean, it's clearly, deliberate on the part of the developers. They're like, hey, we want to show off the fact that our game is full of this stuff. So like, here's firework. I would expect that if I've got a firework and there's a fire, I should be able to light it and shoot it into the sky. And what do you know? I can. Take this birds. They didn't seem to care so much. Birds don't like fireworks, I guess. Then I can throw it off into the distance. I can litter on the beach. Which, I mean, who has not wanted at some point in their lives to litter on the beach without facing consequences? That's the power of video games. You can do anything. But yeah, so actually, the experience in this game that really sold me, not sold me, but just made me weirdly excited, not like that, is I found this popcorn tin, and I was like, sure, popcorn. I mean, that's neat. And then I went over to the fire and lit it, and I popped popcorn. Yeah, looks about done. Unfortunately, you can't, open it up and start eating it. This isn't Job Simulator. But yeah, video game popcorn. Weirdly thrilling. Anyway, let's get to the meat of things. So, in this game, you are playing as someone named Alex. So far, I think they've been pretty cleverly, not gendered. So you could be a guy, you could be a girl. But you're looking for your sister. And that has brought you here. So, thus far this place is more or less abandoned, but there are all these signs that people were here. Here's this tent, there's a sleeping bag in there, I can crawl in and try to grab this light, or knock it further away and go outside of the bounds of my VR space and my camera messes up. That's also a possibility. Oh god. There's another issue that I have with this game. When you go inside of objects, with your head, you get this weird underwater effect, and it's really, disorienting, and something about that just doesn't feel good. If you try moving around in it, it's all blurry and weird. Video games, as a rule, have never given me any sort of motion sickness. I know for a lot of people, some games that move really fast or erratically make them feel kind of nauseous. Never been a problem for me. But that thing I just did, putting my head in there, holy cow. My stomach felt like it was doing backflips. So yeah, I'm not sure why they put that in this game, except for maybe to discourage you from going through walls. But it's not the best way to handle that, in my opinion. Ah, God. I don't like this tent. Makes me uncomfortable. Anyway, let's go over here. And hey, here's an important item. I know it's important because there's a big sign telling me it's important. It's the flashlight. Let's go ahead and grab that. And pull the trigger. And now I've got light. Fantastic. I can also put it up over my shoulder to put it away because I have a backpack. In my backpack, I have a few items right now. I can get more. The flashlight being the most pertinent at the moment, so I'm going to use that. So you just it's a really cool interface. I actually really like this part of the game. You just poke at something and it appears in big form, and then you can just grab it and pull it out, interact with it. And then when you're done with it, put it right back in. And then all you have to do to put your backpack back on your back, theoretically, sometimes this doesn't work and that's kind of annoying, but you just put it right back there. Neato. Anyway, into the cave. The thing that I find more and more with these games that have these teleportation-based movement systems is that I don't walk around very much. I kind of just stand while I play, which maybe isn't the greatest idea because standing gets pretty uncomfortable after a while. Like, interestingly, human body, really, really good at walking and running, but very bad at standing still. Standing still makes like muscles and bones and everything hurt. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just an observation. I can teleport more because it's more expedient. But yeah, so here we are in this, yet again, previously occupied space, without really a great idea of what happened or why someone left. But here's a note. I have Butterfingers. Elizabeth, I'm glad that you came back, but be careful. The SIS and FBI, they are coming, Liz. I had to lock the sewer gate to keep them out. Find the 3B on the B. And then P.S. Pete is listening. That's ominous. Very ominous. So another thing that I really like about this game, and again, going back to the whole idea of just like these tactile interactions enhancing an adventure game, is the first time that I found this note, I was like, man, Pete is listening? Like, that's some, like potentially upsetting and very dangerous information. If that got into the wrong hands, we would be in trouble. So I found this note, I saw this candle, and I was like, no one else should see this. And now they won't. So yeah, it's just another like cool thing like that. Like that makes me feel like I'm in some sort of, like adventure mystery movie. Like that's what a character would do. And the game didn't like say burn the note. It just sort of, put that there, and I think a little bit subliminally implanted the idea in my head. And I found it to be really neat. So the other thing we have here is another tape, or a tape. These tapes are very important because they are from your sister. So yeah, this brings us to the game's first kind of real puzzle. I mean, it's not really much in the way of puzzling, like it's pretty obvious what I need to do, but it's an example of the sorts of things that you get up to, which is again very based on environmental interactions. So the box is up there, I'm going to throw a bottle at it, and hey, a thing spilled out. This thing is a flare gun. Now, I'm just going to point out, this is not for like shooting island zombie monsters or anything. This is for puzzle solving. This game, at least from what I played of it, is not really about violent encounters. It's about adventuring and mysteries and all that fun stuff. So, let us move on to the centerpiece of this game, Wheaties, which I'm having trouble interacting with. I just really find this amusing. Like, here's some off-brand Wheaties. But unfortunately, the box is painfully empty. Alas. The other thing about about VR games being so interactive like this is that they just immediately become like slapstick comedy simulators. Like you just rummage through shelves and throw everything, and it's ridiculous and goofy. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but as someone who definitely just wishes that all of life was a giant cartoon, great. Thumbs up. I can't actually put my video game thumb up, but I'm putting my real thumb up. Also, note to VR developers, give every game where you have hands a thumbs up ability. And like metal horns too. Just cover all the bases. So, okay. Some of this is really glitchy. So here we are at the site of yet another puzzle solving related element. Another sign, or another tape, and another piece of paper. Let's go ahead and put this away for now. So this one's a little bit less verbose than the previous note. As you can see, only let Liz in. Who is Liz? We don't know, but clearly anyone else involved is not supposed to be trespassing here. There's a compass of some sort. It's pretty snazzy. The weird thing is, in this game, some objects can go in your backpack and others can't. So like sometimes it'll try to put them in your backpack and they'll just fall to the ground behind you. It's the strange reality of this one. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, we should probably listen to that tape. Seems like it might be important. Let's see, we got one that's the first one because it's for Alex specifically. The second one is from somebody else. So yes, clearly something weird is going on this island. Also, maybe there are pirates? I don't know. Sounded kind of like a pirate. Let us proceed onward. So, here's another puzzle. It's kind of one of those take the hint puzzles in that, hey look, here's this box full of ammo for my flare gun. Wait, I'm gonna use it in my left hand, because I'm left-handed. Fun fact. But yeah, box of ammo for the flare gun, and then here's this open environment, but there are a few things in it that seem fairly prominent. There's a bell, there's a bell, there's another bell. So it's sort of becoming obvious what needs to happen. Especially because one of the bells is illuminated by a red light. You'll have to excuse my bad aim here. It's a little bit awkward. Who knew that firing guns in video games would not transfer over to firing something a little bit more like a real gun, but still in a video game? Not I. Oh my god, are you serious? I'm very embarrassed right now. The first time that I did this, it's much easier. There we go. So let's see. Okay, no, didn't do it. I thought maybe you just had to hit one of them. Okay. You gotta hit all three. So yes, there are 3 bells. I'm just gonna go ahead and empty that because I'm gonna go 3. Okay, so let's start with the hard one. So close. And then there we go. That majestic musical cue could either mean A, Jurassic Park, or B, that I solved the puzzle. Let's go ahead and head back out of this cave. Perhaps we will discover something somewhere. So yeah, I mean, this part of the puzzle is a little bit obtuse, but you go here, and an important box is lowered down. I mean, obtuse puzzling is sort of, part of this genre, so I can't begrudge the game too much for that. But hey, here's this, like, weird pirate box thing. And what's in it? Two important things. A door handle, and another tape. I've encountered my own chair. Alright. Tape player. Tape.
Well, if you're listening to this, that means you cracked the professor's security system. I once made a terrible cat burglar. It took me forever to shoot that bell on the board. But as a bonus, it gave me my soul right here quick. That's the first one. So, I've opened the gate already. Hand it back to your box. Time for us to join us in the Edward party. I'm sure the professor is going to smell great.
So yeah, more pretty solid writing and voice acting. There's good humor to it. They talk about bird butts. What more can you really ask for? Let's go ahead and grab this. I swear to God, there's a reason that I have this handle. It's not just because I'm comforted by holding door handles. It was weird, that worked me way back. Okay, so if I'd actually been playing this game the way that you would normally play it, as opposed to as someone who already knows what to do, I would have first gone to this door and discovered there's no handle on it. This door to the sewer, the mysterious sewer that is the object of our curiosity. But now I have this handle. So standing here, I mean, this place doesn't look particularly inviting. Private property, no trespassers, and there's some guy in there muttering to himself. I tend to, as a general rule in my own day-to-day life, avoid places where I can hear a guy just off out of my field of vision muttering about things. But because this is a video game, I'm going to go in there.
Yeah, I knew you'd show up eventually. If you know what's good for you, you'll go back and tell him you ain't found nothing.
Let's get a Big Daddy from BioShock, only
How did you?
small.
Pete, you lousy drunk!
You lousy drunk! Another bonus of VR, you can flail your arms in a video game. How many other games let you flail? I'm serious, I enjoy all of these comedic things that I can do. I'm sure they'll get old after like, I don't know, a few weeks, but until then, whoa, it's wacky. So anyway, that is about all I'm going to show you, because anything else and I feel like I'd just be spoiling portions of the game, but you get the idea. It is a first-person adventure with puzzles and a, so far, a pretty well-constructed narrative. There's a mystery driving it. You're trying to find your sister. Without going too much further into it, I will say that it goes through some more supernatural places. Overall, a very interesting game. And most importantly, a game that is a game as opposed to just like a, brief proof of concept tech demo. So it's definitely one of the better things I played on Vive, almost by default. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I do think it's just like a good experience by its own merits. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time.